Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back for another week of Adventures in Wildemount. At the end of last session, we had another death in this campaign, proving that everyone's lives are not all that long for this world. So, we left off when you guys finished off your cruise across the ocean, made it to Serenla at the end of the nightfall. It's just sort of starting, and yeah, sort of I said a dark, depressing last day of the trip. I think Zaris went off and you know, buried her brother under sea with a few rocks and stuff like that, so he can't float back up. Left him for the fishes or sharks or whatever to eat up. And yeah, so, so that's where we left off from there. As you guys have pulled up in Serinla, you guys have all noticed it's gotten surprisingly colder. Like it's gotten like steadily colder as the trip's been going. But sort of as you finally dock in Serinla and take a step out onto the warfare, it is like substantially colder to the point where it's all starting to hit home that not many of you have packed furs or worn like winter clothing or anything like that. Um, so that might be a thing for the first thing in the morning for you guys to try and find. Um, but until then, you guys will make it work. But as I said, as soon as you guys land, you sort of all start getting ushered off the boat and by the captain and the crew. Wishing you all the best, and hopefully they see you in a few weeks' time on your return, and all the niceties of it. But also, you've lost a friend, they've lost a crew member, their friends. It's hitting home for everyone.
Now, I do say it's the cold is getting a bit much right now. I suggest that we go find the buyer, or that we maybe see an old friend of mine.
So with that, as you sort of start walking away, like along the pier back into sort of, you see like in the breaking up of all the wind and snow and all that, you start seeing fur-lined tents and yurts arranged in like a large camp, like a big spiral of just sort of tents. And sort of you see right in the center there's like a half ruins, but like with tents and stuff all dragged over it, like canvasy sort of material, which you can sort of and you would know, Vindo, but this is like the town center basically of this little outpost, as much as a town
Okay.
center can be. And yeah, sort of. But as you sort of step off, hear this like a loudish sort of female dwarf voice. Oh, don't worry, it'll cool down here eventually. You'll all be fine. And you see this. I said this, um, like average sized dwarf, like female dwarf, all like bundled up in furs and big hood on, and you can only just sort of see like the circle of her face poking out.
Do I recognize her?
Um, yeah, she's sort of the one who gets left like second in charge when the master of the camp's away, kind of thing. So her name is Morgo Delwer.
Ah, Morga. Okay.
Yep.
Let me write that down. Okay. And she's like what, the second to the buyer? Did you say, or is it the master
No,
level?
to the master in charge, which is where's the name? Had it all here somewhere. What we got? Swinler, that one. So yeah, Professor Gulrim Shalebrow.
Okay.
He's the one who's in charge. So pretty much this is the Ufadonian outpost. So he's like, this professor's been here since the start of it and was sent to create the outpost and look after the outpost. But from your last trip here that he's very seldom actually in the outpost. He's usually out doing his own adventuring and exploring of the area.
Okay. Oh, Morga, it's good to see you again.
Yes, Vindo, it is very nice. Um,
Um,
but if I were you, I'd be keeping your voice down. There've been bounty hunters spotted in the area.
oh, okay, interesting. Is Orvo around?
Yes, you'll find him over at one of those main campfires. And so as you look through, you just see like this two or three like big bonfire campfire sort of things, where you see like most of the people all sort of gather.
Okay. Is there any sort of like furs that I can sort of conceal myself that I can pickpocket along the way?
Yeah, I'd say like just sort of looking around this. Everyone's got all their different tents. I'm sure you'd be able to sort of sneak over to one and sort of get enough furs or just a blanket or something just to sort of hide yourself enough.
Yeah. I'll just try to find one that's a bit bulky to make me look a little bit fatter, I suppose.
Yep, just make an investigation check for me.
Yeah.
See what you can find.
Investigation. Where are you? There you are. That's. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Okay, maybe not.
I don't. You find furs. You don't find ones that sort of bulk you up. You find ones enough you'd be able to sort of hide most of your features slightly.
Okay. Yeah,
But on
you
it,
know, I'll do
if someone looks at you close enough, it might not work. But yeah, it's something.
that. I'll grab that then.
Yeah, so
If
Morgo's
no
going.
one's.
So we got word sent to us. Like you can tell, she's like shaking. Like it's still cold, and she's in thick furs. Um, she's we've been sent word that you guys are here to head to the same vault that yourself and Ergon went to last time.
Yes, that is true. If you haven't noticed, and I slowly show the little blue lines.
Well, that is a new one. We haven't seen anyone with anything like that.
Frigid Woe. Frigid Woe.
Bridget Boy,
That is
that's from like Aeor times, Aeorian. Like it's
that is
long
that
ago.
is true. Anyways, please, how rude of me. Please let me introduce my companions. We got Zenzi, our fine cleric friend. Point to Zenzi, the big pink Loxodon.
Oh, you are very hard to miss, aren't you?
I thought that before.
This is Zaris. She's quite quick with a knife, if you understand my meaning.
All this person can see is like little eyes past a small scarf, thin cloak covering most of features. Like, yeah, all can see is just like eyes.
Yep.
Oh, and this is Ishida.
Bows forward.
Yep.
It is a pleasure, friend of Vinder.
Yes, it is a pleasure.
I'll turn around to the rest of the party. Please excuse me. Everyone, could you just gather around for a little bit? I've got just a small request. Please don't use my name here.
Why not?
Well, you see, I've been having a bit of ill luck with a few individuals. Nothing that should be of concern, especially around here. But it's words of the wise, more likely that I shouldn't be using my name around here.
Then don't use ours.
What is the title you wished us to use, Master? Not Vinder.
How about Jean or something?
Jean.
Jean, yes.
Right. Jean it is.
Yes. That should be fine, I suppose. But I think we should all go visit an old companion who has been to the vaults before, with me. He led us there.
Jean, it has come under observation that you seem cold. I think we should probably warm up somehow.
Yes, well, I mean, my friend, he's usually over at one of these yurts, and they all gather around fires, so it should be quite warm.
Not so
Hopefully.
much fire, Jean. It some kind of coat. Rugs, perhaps, blankets, anything.
Oh, I mean, we
You'll
can
catch
still
your
go.
death of cold out here.
I mean, that is well, technically, yes, I am already catching a death of a cold.
You don't want to catch it quicker.
That is true. In that case, should we go visit the buyer?
That is probably a sound idea.
What do the rest of you think?
Do we know where to find the buyer?
Morgo, do you know where the buyer is?
Given the time and looking around, like you can tell it's getting dark, like to the point where campfires are lighting. So should be probably in her own yurt, probably getting ready to get some rest. So you're probably best off trying to catch her in the morning.
Very well. Then maybe we see her in the morning. I'll see if we can talk to Orvo, who's my companion, one of my companions, and he might be able to provide lodging for us.
She's like, very well, I can lead you to
Sounds
Orvo,
reasonable.
but as for lodgings, we have something sorted for you already. And
Oh, in that case, perhaps we'll sort that out first, and then we'll go see Orvo maybe later.
yep. So as she'll start leading you all through through a town, and she'll point to where the town hall is, and then just off the side there's like a extravagant looking tent, and it looks more sophisticated than even a town hall. To which Morgo tells you that's where the buyer resides and where she her shop and kind of thing. And usually you can tell if she's open if she has like a red banner hanging out the front of a tent, and at the moment there's nothing hanging out the front, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he leads past and points to the different, the campfires where you can see a myriad of dwarves and elves and other sort of travellers all like mingling around and chatting. Like looking inside some of the yurts and tents, you sort of see some people playing cards in some of them. Like they're all just trying to stay warm as best they can. But yeah, you eventually get led to one, and she sort of motions to us, says, "Oh, you can stay here. It belonged to a full rich elf named Bertrand who came here looking for adventure. But instead, he found the inside of a saber-toothed tiger. So, what a fool, but there should be food and furs and should be all manner of stuff in there for you that you're welcome to. It's already been paid for by that fool, so it's all yours."
Well, that's perfect. Yeah.
Who's so kind enough to pay for it?
Oh, Bertrand.
You say this like I'm supposed to know this person, Gene?
He died. He met his end at a saber-toothed tiger.
Ah. My condolences.
Oh, it's not my. I mean, Morgo, did you know this individual?
Not really. He just came over one of the last few ships and wanted to seek adventure and make a name for himself, as all the young rich fools do.
Oh, of course, yes, understand.
This
Well,
sounds relatable.
Zenzi, maybe make a prayer for it. I don't know. I don't know if the Wild Mother does such things, but anyways, I'm going inside.
Definitely try.
No, I go inside before I catch a literal death of a cold.
Yep. So as you
Morgul,
walk
before
in,
you go,
yes, my dear.
I have something that I'd like to trade with you, if it's okay. And Cyrus is going to take out the saber-toothed tiger skin that he has.
So yes, I can take it off you, but I'd recommend if you want anything for it to speak to the bar in the morning.
Okay. I was going to offer a trade of furs, but if they're not the type of furs that you have inside for us, then
Just have a look inside and see what you can find, and so come find me in the morning when it's not as bitingly cold, and we can try and organise other furs if we're missing some.
Okay.
But
thank
I'm
you.
sure you'll be able to find some craftsmen in somewhere here, and they might be able to make something special out of that stuff. So, and she sort of you see her sort of start to walk off, and she turns back and sort of goes, "Do you want me to try and send Orvo?"
That would probably be preferable if
Yeah.
It's like, very well, and you see her she huddles off through the cold very slowly, because it's a very heavy storm. It seems to be picking up as they go. But yeah, as you guys walk into this into the yurt, it's just the sound of the wind and biting cold all die down as you enter. But there's a cold fire pit that marks the center of a hide-covered floor. So, and looking around, you see an open crate that contains a heap of packaged rations and just a few other adventuring supplies and yeah, just like the most basic sort of stuff. But there's another crate that's full of a few like thick furs and all that sort of stuff. So you can all probably find one outfit of furs each kind of thing to keep yourselves warm. So
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll grab a thicker fur.
Yep.
Preferably one that conceals me a little bit better.
yep, I'm sure you'll be able to make that work out of it. So as I said, there's a crate that contains 50 days of rations, a 50-foot silk
shit.
rope, a blanket, a grappling hook, miner's pick, and one book titled Adventure Sexy. Impress potential lovers with great deeds by Scanlan Shorthold.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This was in the campaign module already, guys.
That is brilliant. That is well done, Matthew. Hurst.
Fucking Easter eggs, like clear as
Oh my
day.
god.
This is also, as soon as I
Matthew
saw it,
Mercer.
I even found a PDF for anyone who wants to read it.
Oh my god,
Send
yes,
it-
please.
Send it on the chat.
All right, I'll do that
Send
later
it-
on.
send it through the chat. I'm like, oh, who's
Like how you can read Tusk Love as well.
Alright. So yes, as you guys said, you all go in and you find like a heap of supplies. And yeah, sort of anything you guys are going to do for the next half an hour or so? Waiting on Orvo to show up?
Is there some kind of either... Does anybody have blacksmith tools?
Oh, I've got gunsmith stuff, but not blacksmith.
Do you have like a little something that I could etch into steel?
I mean, I dare say so.
Yeah, I'd probably say it'd be similar. If you're only trying to etch something in, that should be fine.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to draw something into the sword.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to hand over my stuff.
Just I don't know, like some kind of small sharp instrument.
mean like a
if
knife?
not quite like not a knife, like something a little bit more
Like a
precise.
Chisely, sort of like pit and chisel thing.
Yeah, sort of.
Like a dagger.
I'm pretty sure my gunsmith tools would have.
Yeah, I was about to say,
something,
it'd be more sort
Yeah,
of
based on
gunsmith
what-
tools and blacksmith tools that have them, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Rengoku is going to pull out his sword, and he's going to start etching a little design at the bottom of the sword.
So quickly, who's Rengoku?
It's his last name.
Oh,
Me. Ishida.
okay,
Ishida Rengoku.
okay.
So
I didn't know the
should
last
look it
name.
up.
I'm like, what?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I was saying
Ishida,
Ishida.
it's traditional mostly. They use their last names first. So yeah, Ishida's just gonna start chiseling a little design into the sword
Into
with
the actual
great
metal.
focus.
With the actual metal of the sword.
Yeah, try to. It's not like deep or anything. It's just like a more scratching.
Yeah.
into it.
What kind of check? I'd say like even just try a strength check to see what you can do.
Strength. Let's see. Pull this up. $15.
Yep. So with that, like as you're like starting to chisel away, you've done this before with some older swords that you've had sort of thing. You try and do it for some reason. Nothing you try and do will actually like set in the sword. Like everything you bash it just seems to just ricochet off and doesn't even leave a single mark on the sword.
Oh, it doesn't do anything to the
No.
sword. Oh. He looks very disappointed at this. Is
Can I
that
have my tools back? Are you done?
I'm trying to do something to remember Zardo. I wanted to put a trident on the sword, but I
mean,
can't. He looks very upset at it.
Well, perhaps if you angle the chisel and the cleaning rod this way, and can I do the help action to try to help him?
Yeah, you can try. So go again. I'll even give you advantage.
Alright.
Generous.
Come on.
No, no luck. Still the same thing. Even with like both of you trying it, for some reason, just nothing seems to set into this sword.
So it doesn't work.
Well,
Why doesn't it work?
I think it might be the material of your blade.
All I want to do is he's just visibly getting upset. He's like, all I want to do is just I don't want his death to be in vain.
Look,
I want something to remember him by. And this, he just
Ish-
visibly getting angry at this. He's like, I just wanted
Ishida,
something.
remember, Zaris is here.
Zaris, what was the best way thing image to remember Zado by? What was his favorite thing? I didn't know him, but I know he liked using his trident, and I really thought that might be something to commemorate him by, but clearly not, as it's not working on my sword, and I really just stuck for details here, man.
Cyrus was sitting down, but now he's standing with the trident in his hand. And he walks over to Isha and just hands him the trident and walks out of the tent.
Zaris, he didn't mean it.
I think he's gone.
Was someone getting the fire going in the tent first?
I suppose. Zenzi, have you got a firebolt or anything?
I do not.
Like, I guess we're doing this the old-fashioned way. um,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get
I'll
my
give an
matchbox
assist.
and try to get this fire going.
Yeah, I'd
I can
say
give you guidance.
Hopefully, I'm scared I'm gonna fail this anyway.
that's right. I would say if you guys just sort of all sitting there trying to help get going, it sort of wouldn't take long for you to actually get the fire going. So
Okay, yeah.
it's just sort of it's more like take time rather than trying to get it done quick.
Yep,
Mhm.
well, that that's good. We should do a watch, Strange Lands and all. Ishida, didn't you come from EIselcross? You said perhaps you know anything about this? Anything else?
I don't remember anything here, but it feels familiar. It's a very strange feeling. It's like something scratching in the back of your head, and it wants to remember, but nothing comes to pass.
Well, that's okay.
Now,
I
it's
don't.
not okay.
Wait, it's fine. Ishida. All I was saying is that don't, never mind. I believe Zaris might need some space for himself.
Oh god, what the hell?
Perhaps the three of us should just do a watch tonight and let him rest.
What about Zaris?
I think he needs some alone time,
Okay.
and I don't think having him on the rotation would be beneficial.
Oh, no, I'm not asking them to be on the rotation. I'm just worried about him. Um, he he does know that we tried to save him, right?
It's not that if you've ever lost a loved one or a close friend, it will leave unseen wounds, especially in violent circumstances. Perhaps we should just allow him to have some space. He'll be ready if he wants to come forward and talk to us. Uh, just pushing us towards him will only get us further away from whatever he's dealing with. All we can say is just allow us to be available for him.
I
With
suppose I
that,
can do that.
Sensi's gonna be like, "I'll take first watch," and like go and sit by the tent door.
Yeah. Seeming it was my suggestion, I'll also take Zaris's watch.
Okay, just I guess wake me up when things need to be changed over.
No worries.
So I'll say over the next hour or so that you guys cook up some food and sort of like heat up some of those rations that are in there, just for something to eat. But Zaris, what are you up to?
Zaris didn't go very far at all. He probably would have walked to the nearest like fireplace,
Yep.
one of the large bonfires or whatever, and then stayed there for a moment and then done like a wide berth of the tent a couple of times, gone back to the fireplace again, and then by that time you probably would have come back to the tent. He just needed to
So how long
leave
would
the conversation a little.
how long would all that have taken?
Given the storm and that, probably about half an hour, 45 minutes. He was
Yep.
taking his time to go back, so
Yep, no, that's good. I will say, like, just before you start heading back, like you just see, like looking out of the corner of your eye, you just see this, like, this figure who's like sitting in front of the fire, like up higher than most people, sort of thing, as if he's sitting on a chair. And you recognize Morgo, like, come over and, oh, here you are, Orvo. Like, yeah, our mutual friend is back again, and he'd like to see you over in his tent. And sort of tells Orvo where it is, and from your rough idea, that's exactly the tent that you were sort of in. And you see, sort of, he goes, gets up, and he lifts his blankets a little bit. You see these metallic contraptions, like, underneath, and you see this giant direwolf sort of stand up out of the snow and sort of shake itself off with all its hair, all the snow and sort of all that sort of stuff. And as it starts to walk, you notice it starts pulling Orvo along, and like as it goes sort of behind you, heading towards your tent, you see it's like a wheelchair pretty much going past behind you. So with the
That's so cool.
direwolf dragging it.
having never seen a wheelchair before, Zaris is kind of intrigued. And he's just like tilting his head and watching it as it goes by.
Yep.
Like absolutely perplexed by this machine.
Yep. So I said, yeah, it just goes like starts going just steadily past you, and then sort of it picks up a bit of speed. And then only like, moments later, really, all of you in the tent, especially you, Zenta, you're sitting at the door. It's sort of like as if it's the wheelchair sort of slid sideways and kicked up a heap of snow and like pushes the door flap open a little bit. Like, and you're sort of sitting inside going, what the, like, what?
Instinctively, Vinda pulls his pepper box out.
Easy there, friend. And you like
Oh.
hear a familiar voice, and you see Orvo sort of wheel himself in, followed in behind by Blue and like the direwolf, and you can tell that like direwolves are large, like takes up quite a decent space, so it just sort of sits just outside the door, noticing that it's not big enough for it really inside the yurt.
Although, sorry, it's I believe some not so friendly faces, if you catch my meaning, after me again.
Yeah, they came in about a week ago from Fallon Post. So they've been waving around your poster for the last few days.
That's intriguing.
You sort of see him, he pulls out like out of his sort of down beside him out of the pouch he's got and sort of throws it in front of you. And the rest of you will see. Which should I put in here? Where is it? Assets. Images. Campaign. And share.
Whereabouts is it?
It should have been put on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Binder.
Read
I
that
went-
as seduction then, and I'm like, wait, that's not right.
So you sort of like, you can see he just rolls that out front and goes, well, I know you said you got into some trouble, but I wasn't expecting this. But nevertheless,
Well, hello.
myself and Morgo have got you covered at the moment.
They got your likeness well, Gene.
Of course. But obviously all of these are lies. It's yes. Um, anyways, and I uh, am I allowed to take that?
Of course, there's another 10 or so around the outpost.
Are they all around the outpost?
Indeed.
How many of your friends are here to potentially deal with that situation?
I've only seen like the party. There was only one or two messengers that came in with it, but there's bounty hunters everywhere.
Right.
Especially
Okay,
up this way,
wonderful.
they're always looking for those that are trying to run away and get away. And EIselcross is
Well,
always their destination.
of course. Well, uh, of course they wouldn't try. They're all lies anyway, so it doesn't matter. Um,
Are they really?
oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so at that point, Zara sort of comes back in through the tent.
Oh, oh, hello. Not Zara's. um, uh, yes, they're all lies.
I'm going to insight check him.
Go for it. Like
Fine.
persuasion or deception, whatever you choose to do.
Oh, I'm gonna have to just try to say this. That's my fucking rolls. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's lying out his ass.
Well, you could tell that he's definitely guilty of something, whether it's part of this bounty or not.
It's the seduction part, isn't it?
It's not Sensi, it's not seduction, it's sedition.
Oh, my bad. Reading was never my strong suit.
That's all right. I completely understand, but no, they're all fabricated lies,
No.
made by people.
That's all right, Jean. I believe you.
Oh well, that's fantastic. I'm glad that you believe me. Because I would never. There's no way I would have the capacity to do such things.
Hmm.
Oh, anyway, Orvo, we're going back to the vault.
You see him start laughing. So why would we go back there? That place
Well,
killed 2 of your members.
uh, yes, I'm fully aware. But I start revealing the blueness underneath me.
Okay, and you believe it came from what, Soul's Vault?
Yes, it was Frigid Woe. Those vials. So, um,
I'm
of
glad
course,
I declined Ergon on his offer to take one of them off him.
yes. And one of my biggest regrets is that. However, we do need to go back, as there may be a cure.
Well, I suppose if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be there, or in Aor itself.
Yeah, hopefully, but well, that remains to be seen. But yes, are you willing to guide us there a second time?
It'd be the same rate as last time, and it'd be you're looking at about 50 gold for me to take you there and back.
Of course, and to turn to everyone, and that would be completely out of my pocket. I will not. I don't expect you to pay, as this is technically my me hiring you. But yes, I will pay that.
Very well. And when do you want to head off?
Probably tomorrow. We can't do it tomorrow morning. We need to discuss with the buyer. When does everyone else feel comfortable? Because unfortunately, time's a bit ticking on my end.
If we're free use of these rations and supplies, we probably can go as soon as we've seen the buyer.
Yes. So I dare say most likely early afternoon, late morning, perhaps.
We'll aim for midday and we'll go from there.
Yes. No worries. Is there anyone else here that is either new or someone that we should potentially speak to other than the buyer?
Not as of yet. You can always ask around at some of the fires for people, but they're there's currently a lot of them out there that are trying to, get together a rescue party to try and go find what's his name again?
That
I don't know,
Birkin
Mr.
fella.
DM. What is his name?
The Gulrim, Professor Gulrim, the one in charge. He's gone missing.
Oh, yes, I did hear. I heard that he was quite the adventurous type. Well, maybe we'll leave it be, and if we stumble upon him, then I guess more favor to us, and
Well,
less less wanted on me.
so as much as I know you'd love to find him, he's like the last time he was seen was up at Mutalos, and it's way up north. It's right up the top end of EIselcross.
Yeah, it's beyond that. I'm looking at the map now. It's
Yeah.
beyond that freaking lava lake.
Yep, River Inferno. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I think it's an idea to go to the Aeol ruins, but we definitely need to talk to the buyer in regards to the safe transportation of the vials, hopefully the cure, as well as Isha. I'm pretty sure, didn't you mention something of shurikens or shuriken?
Yeah, so I was wondering about that actually. When they, where do things get delivered?
Didn't the buyer say that?
Usually to the buyer.
I'm still waiting for my shurikens.
That's because we haven't been to the buyer yet, Ishida.
We should probably go to the buyer.
Yes, tomorrow morning, of course. Orvo,
What
thank
was
you.
the professor doing up that area?
As far as we're aware, he just was going searching for the origin of strange magic. Apparently, he took a couple of guides and a handful of men, and off he went. So, but that
Does
was
Ishida remember anything about the island at all when they say certain locations of where they've gone?
Make me a history
Like,
check.
I was going to say, does this ring any bells?
We're gonna find out.
Let's get that map down.
Yeah.
Come on. History. Oh yeah, this should be good.
Your strong suit.
Oh,
Your very strong suit. Not really. Like it's like, as one of the playmembers said before, it's like that tingling feeling in the back of your head. Like this is sounding familiar, but I just don't know why. Like and I've been here, but you know what I mean. It's sort of it's hurting your head trying to think of it and add it all up.
This forgetting business is doing my head in.
So very well. If you intend for us, we'll head off at midday, and I'll catch you then.
Yes. Again, thank you, Orvo. And do you want me to pay you now or at the end of the trip?
If I can get off you now, it means I can get some supplies for myself.
Okay. I will pay you the 50 gold pieces. I do trust you.
No,
that
of
you
course.
will-
It's not like I
that
can
we
run
do
away
wanna-
very far. He sort of laughs to himself.
I'm sorry. That is quite funny. Not being mean. Of course, Blue's your legs. He's very good. Anyway, thank you, Orvo. Good night. And because there's nowhere to go, I look around and then just sit down in front of the
Gene,
But as
that was painful to watch.
as Orvo goes to leave, though, he turns to back to you and goes, so Vinder, if you're not doing well, then tell me how is Ergon?
fire. Ergon is dead.
And you can see this visually shakes him. Like they were close mates, as you know. They'd been on 3 or 4 different trips together already, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he looks outside and goes, I see. Oh well, may he be returned to stone, he says as he sort of starts to leave
Yes.
again.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
As soon as he leaves, Zaris is like, "Well, he's not far off."
That is true. However, as morbid that is. Uh, Zaris, I've decided that I will take your watch tonight.
Why?
I feel like you need a little bit more rest. It's nothing to do with your character or anything like that. I simply just believe that you need more rest than the rest of us.
Okay.
Wonderful. I don't know what you can make out of these rations for dinner tonight. But I used to be somewhat of a known chef back in my own hometown. Maybe I could potentially get something to go. Is there anything in the ration container that I can make?
Yeah, so it'd be like this. You have 50 rations worth of food, so it'd be, food out the wazoo, basically. So, pretty much anything you can dream of trying to cook, you can attempt to make, really.
Oh hell
Shark
yeah!
bait.
So,
No,
but obviously,
no.
I will say, like, the longer you guys go traveling, obviously, the less fresh the food will be. So it'd be more, like, you guys will be eating your fresher stuff now and sort of your, more your jerky and stuff later. So,
Well, I was going to suggest, because I was reading through the Wildemount food page,
Mhm.
and I found that roasted pork knuckle.
you can definitely try.
I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like sour knuckle grass or something. But I am going to attempt that.
Sure. Let's get a. I got a. Right, check.
An Arcana check.
Uh, can try, but it's not really cooking.
Oh no, I thought you said Arcana.
No, I'm trying to think
I
of
thought
what
you said
check.
Arcana.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Give
do
guidance.
either. I'd probably do survival or
Yeah, survival seems to work best, or wisdom, one of the two.
Okay, I'll go survival.
Yep.
Get this stupid thing down.
survival or performance.
Oh, definitely not performance.
Survival.
Oh,
He's not a
yeah.
bard.
There you go. Yep. So
I
it's
saw.
perfect. Like it, you sit there and go, oh, this might be a bit more for me to, a bit more achievement I can try. But you manage to get done like just perfectly with a little fire that you've got left. So with the nice coals and stuff, and you cook it perfectly. So what I will say is, as you're all sitting there, like all eating, like it's sort of sitting there. I'll get, just say like, it starts getting a bit chilly, and like you start smelling like a bit like seawatery sort of stuff around you. I'll get everyone to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Skills, perception. 19.
21.
Yeah, you two.
Zaris
just-
is,
So
Zaris is too focused on the food. It is really good, but he's not willing to admit it.
yeah, so I'll say, Binder, you're also sitting there going, oh, is it good, everyone? Is it good? Like asking everyone, making sure they're all happy
Yeah.
with it. Like, you're ecstatic about how well it's turned out. Zaris, you're sort of trying to hide how you're actually feeling about the food. So you're sort of just, trying to basically deny Vinder, but also, trying to hide your, you love it sort of thing. But Ishida and Zenzi, you both, like, knows out of the corner of your eye, the trident of Zardo's, like, behind you, just turns to salt water and spills out and puts the fire out and everything.
Is that
No,
meant
no,
to
no,
be
no, no.
Immediately mid pork knuckle. Binder draws his pistol.
And
Trying
you,
to
you
scoop up
start hearing.
whatever's on the ground.
Yep, you two also have a high perception. You start hearing like footsteps crunching through the snow outside the tent.
Okay, whatever's about to go through there, we are going to deal with immediately. And I pull the hammer back.
That's the sign I need to go to the toilet. I'll be right back.
Draws Sword.
Daggers are out. Still chewing on a potato.
It's a
Are you
mid
gonna-
crunch.
Let's wait
it's
for
not the
Kate to
snow.
get back. Yeah.
It's not the snow. It's just Zara's eating a potato. It's just that's a crunch.
Yeah, oh, sneak attack.
No, it's like it's Armor
The-
Cane. It's Armor Cane.
McCain, you've done it again.
Gunshot. Oh no. Oh, it was Orvo. Oh.
Just shoots the wheel off.
Oh god, no, that would be awful. But I am definitely ready in an attack.
Sure.
Same.
Because I do not want any bounty hunters coming in to take my head.
Why not? That'd be funny.
We have to make that seduction part canon though.
So just quickly,
Yep.
we're just reacting to the trident, yeah?
You start hearing footsteps outside as well.
Oh, it footsteps outside. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pick up my warhammer.
Yeah, and with that, you'll start to hear a voice coming from outside as well.
Hey, yo,
Um,
excuse me. Is there a library around here?
Can I, because in my peaked state, can I grapple him and put him to the ground? I don't know how big he is, but
Sure. Make
I'm-
opposing strength checks or acrobatics or athletics.
I'll do acrobatics to.
I'll do athletics.
You just weed. Yeah, you did. Good
I
girl.
mean, I mean, technically, I would have weed as well,
Oh.
seeing the state of Ed's new character coming.
19.
Yeah. So, Vindo, you managed to pin, this person to the ground.
And I will put my pistol to his head and say, "Who are you? Are you a bounty hunter?"
Whoa, 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 whoa,
No,
whoa,
of course
yo,
you're a
no.
bounty hunter. Of course you're a bounty hunter.
Get off him, Vendor! God!
No, just
I
stop
would
saying
never
my
be a
name.
bounty. I would
Now
never be
he's-
a bounty hunter. I come
now
to you
he
at the turn
don't-
of the tide. I'm here for educational purposes only.
Damn it, Mr.
Wait,
You just
You
used my name.
recognize it.
Now
Do
he
we
has to die.
recognize
Yeah,
this
you
person?
guys are recognizing his voice. It is Zato.
It is Zato with, because I only have, well, my clothes got mostly destroyed, with a giant, like here, like teeth marks from the shark that's kind of covering half my body.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on everyone within range. And figure out what the fuck is going on.
Vinder is more confused than anything, but he's a Doppler. I've heard about them. The changelings. He's a bounty hunter. Yeah, of course, he's a bounty hunter.
Vendor.
Stop saying my name. You say my name one more time, I will shoot you.
shut up. Why are you wearing my brother's skin?
Zaris?
That's not the question. Speak, or I will blow your head off.
I said shut up.
Thank you for not putting a heavier rock on me, because that would have taken me forever to get out. You know, the rock, and then, like, to the right was, like, some coral with some, like, little pink seashell things. Yeah. You got my stuff? I left some stuff in my room back on the boat. Where are we?
Zaris?
Yeah.
No,
You're kind of hurting me a little.
Let him off.
And I get off him, but I'm definitely, definitely put my pistol to the hip.
As I get up, I will summoned the trident back into my hand. Same trident as before, pure gold and everything, with the red dry blood at the top, and I'll sort of put that in my back for a sec. Thanks for holding it. Have you got the rest of my stuff? Also, I know we don't do hugs, but I kind of want a hug. But this might be weird for you guys.
Magic awareness. Is there anything going on that Ishida can pick up?
Like the
Yeah, Spyball!
yeah, I was about to say the trident looks different to when it did like just before. Like when it vanished, it's come back and looks slightly different. And it's also like appeared out of nowhere in a way of just sort of water and sort of formed into something solid.
Okay, I guess I should apologize for failing before. Definitely was a solid F kind of day. But like in my defense, like I've done taxes with sharks. I've talked to whales about the patriarchy. I just didn't expect the creatures here to all be so stupid. So
Ishida runs in and gives him a hug.
oh god.
You did say you wanted a hug.
Yeah, but no, running at
Sensei's
me.
Sensei just like crumples to the ground and starts crying.
Oh God!
Never do that again, please. You died.
I don't understand. None of this is making sense.
Yeah. Look, for educational purposes, I died, and then I kind of spoke with someone that was like mad more powerful than me. I kind of liked what I did, and so I'm back for round 2, baby.
You just say that casually. You got eaten by a shark.
No. Didn't get eaten by a shark. I got bit by a shark.
I would dare say that is close to being eaten, but indeed, yes. Zaris, what? I am. I would say I have no idea what to think of this.
So with this as well, Zaris, as you're sort of like staying there and comprehending everything you're hearing in the back of your head, he's back. So now if he's back, how can you keep him alive?
Oh,
And only
Break
Zaris
your
can hear that.
Oh jeez.
Just even ask Zaris, that's not been compared to the other night.
I sort of like, after a while of just like standing there like this, I sort of like bring my hands up and I'm like, there.
Zaris kind of like side eyes, like looks to his side just a little bit as if like catching something in his ear before turning back. It was like, who did you talk to come back?
I don't want to tell Sammy. I'm happy to tell Sarah, but as long as Sarah doesn't tell Sammy.
oh no.
I remember the name, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, great.
You wanted me to say no, didn't you?
Yes.
You can
He's
choose to
evil.
forget.
He's not
that's
going to
fine.
let you do that.
I'm speaking of amnesia. What? I think family matters should be discussed privately.
Zaris was going to walk over and punch him in the stomach. Not
Ow.
hard, just punch him. Not that he could punch hard anyway. But just punch him and then go and sit at the back of the tent, like facing away from everyone.
I have so many questions right now, and I don't think.
Oh, hold on. I can do a thing. Oh no, I can't do a thing. Never mind. I was getting too excited for a wrong thing.
I did.
D&D, the story.
Yeah.
I could do a cool thing. Oh no, wait, I can't. Okay.
Not yet.
I haven't rested long enough yet.
Actually, I should just tell you all because I feel super bad. You're still close enough to hear though, right, Zara?
Yeah, it's only a.
Yeah,
It's not a big
tent's
tent.
not very big.
Yeah.
You're almost going to be sleeping on top of each other, basically.
Fair enough.
He's just cold shouldering you hard right
Yeah.
now.
Look, I was approached by this giant magical creature called Ukatoa, and they helped bring me back. I don't know if the religious ones here know who that is. I liked them. They were kind of
Would
cool.
I know who that is?
You can make a religion check.
Religion's pretty good.
Would Zaris know who that is?
Oh yeah. Your whole family
I
knows who
have
that
no
is.
fucking idea.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's not one of the prime deities. You don't know.
Zara, at that name, Zara's just gonna stand up and just fucking come over and punch him again, but a lot harder.
I would like to stand behind Ishtar to avoid the punch.
We're freaking playing dodge him behind,
that's-
like around Ishidori. It's like,
It's like aggressive tag. Like no.
Okay, well, I'll get you Zaris to roll for an attack, just like a punch. If you miss Ed, then you roll another one to see if you hit Ishtar.
I mean, it's easy.
okay, I don't have like unarmed attack, so it's just
She's
one,
just crying.
it's
So now she gets that.
just 20.
She's just
Hang on, how do you do it? Plus your strength, isn't it?
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
10.
10. So you do
Wow,
miss.
my
You miss
AC is
Zara.
12.
Yeah, you miss Zara. Roll to hit Ishtar. This is when that 20 happens. No, even worse. So you miss both. You go to hit where Zato was.
This
and
is
go,
an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the,
Yeah.
this is not the strength of this tiny little thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like as I duck around Ishtar, I'll be like, I'm sorry, but like I had to come back.
You freaking had to, and each time he's trying to like smack him with each word, he's just trying to move around Ishtar.
100% Ishtar. I'm like body double. Human
I
shield.
think it's the Muhammad Ali sort of dance. She's going around.
What's Ishtar doing in this moment? Just standing still, like I don't want to get hit. I'm just going to
Are you
stand
still
here.
hugging me and I'm just like turning you around?
It's that lovely like hug at the end of an action movie, and then suddenly the partner sees like this attack from a bad guy and swings him around. But it's the other way. It's like you're using Ishtar as the shield, except for.
Ishid is just smiling as he's just like occasionally taking hits from Zaris. He's like, he's back.
Just back. Like, oh, that tickles, yeah.
You know what? I don't even have like a hold person or anything that I could do on you.
Take 4 damage there, Ishtar, just for the number of hits that you would have eventually just taken something, but yeah, not much.
Just see this slight bruising on his face. He's still smiling. He's still smiling.
Oh, it wouldn't have been like on the arm or anything like that. Like it wouldn't be the face because like Zaris can't reach that high.
True.
He's not tall. He's only like 5'4".
Yeah, because
I'm
they're all
6
about the
Oh,
same
then
height.
yeah.
This is not helping.
So Zaris is like just reaching over the top of
It's like-
Ishida to smack him.
It's like a dwarf hiding behind a gnome.
Yep.
Yeah, like Zaris is just like it could have been any god. Any god.
Zaris, no one else cared to help me.
How do you
I
know?
tried to bring
Zaris,
you
in the
back.
back of your head, you hear, I was offering.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, I'm not talking to you.
I'm sorry, but
What?
Who are you talking to?
I said I'm not talking to you.
okay,
Really?
all right. So just so the rest of us can get a clear indication on what in the 9 hells is going on. Who is Ukatoa?
For reference, anytime someone says that name, we're always going to say Okatawa right after. It's just a thing.
It's a thing. It is a
Yeah,
thing. It
it's a
needs to
thing.
happen. It is a thing.
Yeah, so I didn't really know exactly what it looked like. I mean, my ex-girlfriend told me about it a couple of times, but like, it's just like this big creature, mythical, magical creature that has like 100 eyes or something. And he said like if I could get some artifacts and collect them, then he'll bring me back. And yeah, so I thought about it, and I didn't really want to leave my brother alone after everything I've already put him through, and I swore I would help you guys, and I kind of failed on that mission too. Look, if you don't want me, I can easily like reverse this contract. Like I've got like a 16-day cooldown kind of thing, so I can like get a refund and just go and sit in the bottom of the ocean with a rock on me and just sit there.
You see, this is why I don't deal with gods or of the sorts. This is exactly why I hate the Dwindling Empire. But,
Neither.
But Vindir, if you had a way of coming back, would you not try it?
I think everyone's time on this world eventually comes to an end. When it is, I am not sure, but I do not. It's good to have you back. I'm sure that we'll have plenty to discuss.
I look forward to discussing the pros and cons of coming back from death.
Yeah.
He was
Regardless.
only gone for a day.
Yes, that.
Just saying.
Oh, just saying. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here for. Let's just.
If it makes you feel any better, and then I'll sort of move up my sleeve a little bit. I kind of got sick too.
Yeah, so with that you see all the blue veins. And even looking closer, even at Zato's chest, like, where some of the shark bites are, there's like a few veins coming out from them.
Well then, it seems that we are quite literally in the boat together with this on.
Apparently we're on land.
The great Ukutoa brought you back and couldn't even get rid of that.
There was some things I had to give up and compromise. It was a interesting debate, the back and forth.
These deals often have costs, Sado.
I'm paying for some of them at the moment, but if I get these things, I'll be back to normal.
So the artifacts are what you need to find?
Yes. I just said I would find them. I them to them. I'm working on a couple of plans at the moment. I'm up to 6 on what happens if I can find them and get them, but yeah.
Wasn't the vials that Vindir brought, weren't they relics? Aor relics?
They're not the kind of relics I'm after.
Hopefully not the kind that inflicts sickness upon the world.
Again, I didn't say I was going to give him the artifacts. I just said I would find them.
Well,
But I've got some plans if I actually do manage to find these things. Also, who says I'm going to find these? It might be impossible to find. I might be dead before we find them.
Do you have a time limit?
Well, he's got frigid woe. This stuff.
Yeah.
So, which one comes first, the frigid woe or them killing you? But
Frigid woe. The frigid woe will come first. I'm here to finish what I started, and I hopefully not screw up like I did before. But look, I get it. You guys are gonna need some time. I just did what I could in the moment. I couldn't talk to a shark and tell him not to eat the boat.
I think it was quite silly of you to assume that it was a hungry shark.
Where I'm from, sharks are cool to talk to.
It still wasn't your fault.
I lost this as a paper rock. It was my fault.
I should have saved you. It's just like there's all these tears. It's like splashing up Zara's.
Imagining like old school Dumbo, like with the giant teardrops that are
Yeah.
splashing around.
Very comical, yeah.
I'll be
Just
like,
thinking
oh,
Charlie and Peanuts, just like
yeah.
outsides.
Except it's so cold here, they freeze, and I have to dodge them.
You're just
Oh,
Oh
dodging.
God!
It's like,
Like,
oh,
Nancy, please stop. Please. It's okay. It was nothing on you. It was just. It got
I
a really
have
good
one
heat in.
job. Keep everybody alive.
Look,
And I
look,
can't
it's on
even
me.
do that.
I didn't get to you in time. That's on me. All right. I should have teleported. And just the shark hit me too quickly. That's all. You did really really good. Like even Ukatoa totally said like you were doing so good, but like it just happened too quickly. That's all. It's okay. Next time, I promise. If I even scrape my knee or trip over Zara, I will 100% come to you for the band-aid.
You better.
I promise you, I will do everything in my power to come to you the next time I even lose 1 hit point.
You're an idiot.
I'm completely ignoring that.
You're an idiot. If he had all of this stuff and he holds up like a satchel of Zato's stuff, because he hasn't bothered separating it yet, it's just like, if you had any of this on you, you wouldn't have died in the first place.
I left that in my room for safekeeping. The only thing I had on me was, oh shit, oh shit. Oh yeah, no, that's gone now. Yeah, so I kept that there for safekeeping because I didn't want anything to break or drop or anything.
Okay.
How did you get the frigid woe?
Yeah, so I'm really tired, so I'm gonna let you guys talk and just have a moment to yourselves. I'll just be over here for a moment, and I'll just grab the trident and just sort of walk back and be like, I'm just gonna sit over here on this rock, and I'm just gonna go and sit there for a moment with my back turned to the group and be like, yeah, I'm definitely not answering that question. and just sort of take a moment of because obviously pushing the rock off and swimming up and coming here, just sort of actually taking my surroundings now.
So
I-
It's like maybe
How'd
10
you
feet from the
find
group.
us?
wrote a eulogy for you.
Yeah,
And
they
there was
mentioned something about Salazar too.
I
Oh.
did mention of Salazar, yes, and everyone has their place in the world. But
Just-
Look,
even
I appreciate the kind words, Vinder. I would like to hear them myself because I couldn't hear them obviously before. But hey, look again. I don't have to rejoin. If you feel like that was my time, I'm not gonna make you change your beliefs.
no,
I just did what I thought I could in the moment.
No, I'm happy to have you back, but under the circumstances, it seems a bit different.
Party with a pink elephant, said Vinder.
No, stop saying stop. Look, okay, Jean, it's Jean here, okay, Jean.
Oh, did you change your name? Did we get your name wrong? Oh, I'm so sorry about that, man.
Just as long as we're here and in EIselcross, just call me Jean.
Got it, Big G.
Zara's just gonna hold up the wanted poster.
Yeah, something about bounty hunters.
Who did you seduce?
I did not. It's sedition. I thought you were supposed to be an intellectual.
You can see clearly, he read that poster within a second, but you see clearly he purposely said that. He's trying to hide the giant smile that he's very easily creeping up on him.
All right, you just see Zincy's sitting there smiling, go ha! I'm not the only one.
Again, and like I said before to everyone, it's all false.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. DM.
Yep.
Noticing the bounty picture.
Yep.
Because my background is the urban bounty hunter, have I seen this kind of wanted poster, and would I be able to identify who might have drawn this up?
Yep.
Oh fuck!
So it's a very typical Dwendalian wanted poster.
Son of
Okay.
a bitch.
It's very authentic. It's not you've seen enough of them to know when people make fake ones or not, and this is quite
Okay.
And you would also know, because I said you're journeying for 10 or so years, that Balan post up here in EIselcross is the Dwendalian's outpost.
Gene,
Should you ever?
why
meet
are why are the Dwendalians after you?
It was. I had nothing to do with any of this. This is all just. What did they say over in the Menagerie Quest? It's all fake news.
Inside check.
Right,
roll
I'm
an
assisting
insight.
with that.
Guidance.
Okay, cool. I got a 3, so I don't know how well the. That's a
Oh,
4. That's a 4. I got a 4 for guidance.
I'm gonna insight that too.
okay, I guess I'm going to be
Guidance.
deceiving.
Oh, 9.
Not much better.
Oh, God.
Zaris already knows it's bullshit.
Oh, that's even worse.
Jesus, alright. What did you get?
I got a,
Yeah, so
Zardo, what did you get?
I got a 4.
I got an
Oh, you
I
got,
got a
four. Yeah,
9.
you got 9, so you should have seized through it.
yeah, you can tell. Fake news.
Fucking
and,
Ishida sees through it.
Ishida didn't see shit.
I was about to say,
Ishida doesn't see shit.
you could definitely easily see through it because the last time that he tried to deceive the same thing, he rolled a 1. So you're sort of bouncing off that as well because you're in the same room.
Vinda,
you
If
say my
there's
I'm
one
not. I'm not. I'm
thing-
not. I'm Gene.
Gene, if there's
Yes.
one thing I have learned in my travels, is that it's hard to trust people. And I believe, after all we've gone through so far, that trust is the thing that will build us all. So why don't you start putting some trust in us?
You want trust? There's a man literally came back from the dead and is trying to deceive us potentially. Like that's confusing. Is it not? Everyone, everyone.
I believe I have seen one miracle today. I have faith that there will be another if you put your trust in us.
Can I do an insight check on Zardo? Just while they're focused on Vindar, I'd like to turn my attention to Zardo and see if he's the real deal.
Sure.
Now that Zaris has calmed down a little bit.
Can I try to persuade Gene that he can be a bit more honest with the party?
Tell
You
us
just
your
want to
secrets.
do that, you can, but that's more. You've got to convince George.
Yeah. Nah. I think there's only so much I can take before I have to spill the beans anyway.
So Zaris, yeah, you see it is pretty much the like it is your brother, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
What'd you roll? Sorry, what'd you get?
17 on insight.
17.
If I could add, the only thing you would feel like it's me, but then you'd feel like you can tell there's things I want to say, but I'm not. If that makes sense.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. Oh, shit.
I think we should all relight the fire before we freeze to death
That
and
is
sleep.
a wonderful idea, an absolutely wonderful idea.
We have
I
plenty of places along the road to be able to bury a body if we need to.
exactly.
I wish you were joking.
Regardless, I believe that we are out of firewood. I am going to go and search one from one of the circle fires from the yurts. I will be back in just a moment. And
Wouldn't it be
Is
better
that
if one of
wise
us
rented
go?
man?
It's fine. I can go get some firewood. It's fine.
oh
So
no,
can
no,
I.
your journey has been very exhausting. Coming back from the dead, and should I insist? Don't you worry.
Remember,
Let him
Vinda,
go.
be a bit
Yes.
more honest.
I am being honest. I'm simply just getting firewood.
Yell very loudly if they find you.
Oh. Well, if they do find me, then I'm sure that they, if that wanted poster is true and it's not, then I'm sure that they might come up with a little bit more of a fight.
If they find you, fire a shot
this
into the sky.
First
Oh, are
wanted
we firing
poster.
Is it the first wanted poster that we've come across?
No, is this your first wanted poster?
Oh,
Sounds like it is, because if it wasn't, you'd know that they don't care about your state of being. It's just what's on the poster itself.
well, I guess that this topic has eventually come up now, and I'd rather that it didn't.
Oh no, I'm just saying that the people out there don't care about what's on the poster.
Yes.
What they're collecting is what they worry about. So if you want to go out there, go on.
The only thing they will collect is bullets, and they will go straight through them. Now, I've had enough of this. I do not wish to speak of this any further.
Can I have your tinder box so
I've got
you
a
can at least
tinderbox.
try and start?
I'll just throw the tinderbox. I'm gonna go out to a nearby area. If you start hearing gunshots, then absolutely yes. And
Okay.
Okay.
I will say, Vinder, as you go out, you sort of look back like towards like the pier and wharf and all that sort of stuff. Like
yeah,
every campfire along the way from there to your tent has been extinguished.
great.
And looking past your tent, anything like within 30 odd feet from your tent, all those fires are also extinguished.
Okay. Well, it's not a great idea. I will go back inside then.
We do
Uh,
have other firewood in our tent, though, don't we?
Yeah, there's
I'd
firewood.
say,
there's-
wouldn't there be a supply crate that we could
I
just
said
tear
there's,
apart?
there's heaps, yeah, there's that as well, but there's heaps of, there's heaps of firewood and stuff there. Like, there's not heaps, I guess. There's enough for a couple of nights, sort of thing. If you need it.
Vinder was just going out to get firewood, and there's a whole heap of firewood there. It's classic. Like,
Yep.
I need,
I'd say,
I
like,
need
it's
these.
right. It's right by the door to the tent too. He walked straight past it.
Oh well, I guess we had enough firewood to begin with. Well, if you want to, whoever wants to take the first watch, I will be
I'll-
happy to take the next
If
one.
I can, I'll take the first one. I've had a long sleep.
Oh well, if you want to, it's been a very emotional day. I'm sure that at least we can all just take one watch then, I suppose.
I'll take a
You're
watch
still-
after Zada.
You're still taking mine.
Oh yes, of course. You've had such a day, Zaris. It would be a shame if anything else were to happen, of course.
And Zaris is gonna kind of make a little tent out of the clothes that he's got on him, and just kind of like curl up in this pile of cloak and
Yep.
clothing and go to sleep.
Same.
All right. Is anyone trying to get
If
the fire
anybody,
going?
if anybody walked into the tent right now, it's just an extra pile of clothing to the side.
That's fair. Best way to hide. Pretty obvious. Alrighty.
So who's taking the first watch?
I think Zardo said he
Take
was.
first watch.
Oh,
Oh, no,
Zada.
I'll take the first one.
Let's just make a perception check for me.
Oh, that's not great. 8.
Yeah, it's you're sort of blacking in and out, sort of thing. Like it's although you did have a long sleep, it wasn't exactly a restful sleep. So it's sort of you're like in and out, and sort of you don't catch anything. Just goes by with no incident. But yeah, you can't really recall when your watch started, when it finished, sort of thing. Who are you waking up for next watch?
I will. It says you can chill one of slave up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for an hour.
Mhm.
I kind of just want to sort of like in the center of the room, just sort of chill it for a second, because I 100% am not relighting the fire, because I resist it's cold. So to me, I can't feel if it's cold.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll kind of chill that for the non-watery people in the place. I really want to wake up Zar.
You can do whatever you want to do.
That would be so cruel.
Well, no, because I can have a conversation then. But like, I did overhear that you were taking their watch.
I'm more than happy for whatever.
And seeing like, you should just sort of have all that emotion. I'll be like, no, they need to rest. So I'm going to wake up Vinda.
Okay.
So yeah, Vinda, you
Really?
come to and sort of wake up to.
Just like a sort of like a shake on the shoulder, be like, Vinda. I mean, gee.
Almost like what's his name? Rick from the Mummy. He has his pistol underneath underneath his pillow.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just you. Sorry. Rough night. Well, if you want to go sleep, I will take the watch.
What did you say in the eulogy?
I said that you had a creative enthusiasm about yourself that was unrelenting and almost. You gave me time, and time is a valuable thing for me, and I do appreciate that. But this, I don't want to. It's difficult to say. You're back now, and
Well,
would-
as I look at the veins, I'm temporary back.
yes, but hopefully we will find the cure, and um, we will be back. But everything has a price, and gods have sick and twisted ways of dishing those prices out.
Look, I know you believe everyone has their day and time to move on. I just really didn't feel like that was mine. And to the eulogy of what was it? Out of the box thinking. I just threw a way out and had to take it. But don't think that I've just walked away with these scales free. Like I've paid some of the cost. I'm still paying the cost, and it's going to take me a while before the cost is even remotely halfway paid. So I know I might look, besides the shark bite, all over here. Just know that it came with a bigger cost, but to not see these through would have been the worst cost. And then I'll kind of be like, I'll say that there was nothing else during the watch, but I was a little distracted, and I couldn't get the fire started. So, and then I'm gonna roll over and go to sleep.
Okay. I guess Vinder's just going to sit on the chest and slowly just keep clicking and rotating the chamber on his pepper box. just looking at everybody.
Yep, make me a perception check for me.
Oh god. Don't fail me now. 13.
Yep. So you're hearing curses from the tents on either side of you, still cursing and swearing that they can't get their fires going again. It's just for some reason they just can't get it. They can't get them going. But other than that, yeah, it's a pretty peaceful night. Sort of like you can still hear the wind and the snow all swirling outside, and that's about it. So I'll say that goes for the whole 2 hours of your watch, or the 4 hours, however long you're on watch for, both your shifts.
Yep.
So sort of like middle of a rest now, I guess. So
yeah. Is that wanted poster was with Zaris, right?
she did show it. I don't know what she did with it afterwards.
I'm gonna see if I can find that wanted poster and destroy it.
Sure. Make a sleight of hand against Cyrus's passive. 18. I believe that exceeds it. Sec, double check. Passive. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No issue. You find it in there. Like you just tucked away in one of her side pouches. I mean, quite easy.
And I am going to burn it on the fireplace to try to keep it going.
Try and get the fire going.
Yeah.
Make
As you take the like move the bits of clothing to try and find it, Zaris will mumble and kind of move a little, like a little in distress, kind of, and then settle back down.
Take note of that and feel a bit more self-preservation for myself, knowing that others have caught on about what's going on now.
So,
burn it and
try and make me
burn
a
it.
survival check so you can get the fire going
Oh,
again.
God
It's
damn it!
still
okay,
out.
survival check. Yeah. All right. Nah, 7.
So every time you think it's like, yep, it's going, it almost like you smell like the salt watery sort of like as if salt water's been used to put the fire out. It just no go.
In that case, I wake up Ishida.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Right.
So I will say, Ishida, just before you're awoken, you're tossing and turning through your sleep. You're in another place. Like you're in a nice forest, nice clearing, practicing with your sword, with your master standing in front of you, like just teaching you all the techniques, basically. All those that you knew, all your different forms, all your different like how to swing, all the basics. Every time you look at him, make me a perception check.
18.
Yep. So you see these like purple and black flames every now and then flicker off like his back and off his arms and off his clothes, like just little glimpses of like reality somewhat slipping away but coming back. Sort of like you can tell it's somewhat of a dream, but it does feel like this really happened. You do remember these events. These are just like, this is before you came to EIselcross. But then it flicks to a later time and you're like standing in a snowy field open. You see the River Inferno off to the side of you, which is the river going through EIselcross, and you remember practicing your forms more so and how to develop flame out of your strikes. And in front of you sort of appears your like the Odachi that you're so used to using it sort of shows up in front of you, and it's got the black blade and the red flames going up it, and like, this is the sword that was given to you by your master, and you remember it, and it was what you used to hone all your skills. But you also you start seeing the purple and black flicker around you still, like all flames, and things just don't seem right, but it's another memory of yours kind of thing. So they're all burning their way back into your head effectively. But with that, like as you go to grab your sword, you get shaken awake by Vinda.
So as I get shaken awake, so it's not a snore that he's awoken to. It's literally him pointing the blade that he's just quick drawn. He's just like,
Yep. And to which it's not the same sword you've been carrying like for the last 10 days. Like it seems to have changed to the one that you saw in a dream.
If you wish to die right now, you would lower that blade.
is this a dream?
No, it's not a dream. It's your watch.
Oh. Right.
Yes.
Uh,
Anyways.
Sorry. Quick reaction. You know how it is. Danger sense and all.
Indeed, I do know. It's like...
Okay. All right. As I go to kind of stow the blade away, I notice the color change in it, and I'm just like confused. Like, what did you do to the blade?
What did I do to the blade? I did nothing to the blade. I am tired, and I simply just wish to sleep.
But the color, look, hey, look. Just
don't-
shoves it right in his face. Like, look at it. It's
I
red.
I suggest that you lower your voice and just get to your watch.
Fine.
And Vinder's gonna turn in from that.
Seems awful cold. Wonder how much of that dream was actually true. Just kind of look at the blade. Remember the dream. I wonder. I go over to the fire pit
Mm-hmm.
and drawing back to the dream.
Yep.
Thinking deep within. Take a big deep breath. Remember the training that my master put me through. And I try to strike the fire pit in a upwards arcing motion. As I remember when I was training in the fire near the lava lake, I used to dip the sword quickly into the lava and strike up. It would cause a massive cascading effect.
Sure. Make an attack.
I will. Let's go.
Great, it's just a candlelight in the middle of a snowstorm.
And
Yep.
then
So as you swipe up, you see a few of the, like, you do it with such force that a lot of the kindling that was there all gets sort of flung away a little bit, but one or two bits have caught on fire.
and then as it comes down, so literally, so like it goes up it goes up and then back down in a circular motion. I'm guessing that's where the little D6 comes in.
Yep. Yep. So I said, yeah,
So,
you
yeah.
light quite a few of it on fire, and you see bits of firewood flinging around the tent.
Oh yeah, I
On
know.
light. Yeah.
Just like try to pat out the small flames. So whoa.
Yep.
That wasn't a dream after all.
Yep. So say you do regain most of it. You put out like majority of the little sparks that were starting, but you do salvage some of it to keep a little fire going in the middle.
Yeah, like I go over and start blowing it.
But looking
start
at the
fanning it a
flames,
little bit.
they don't look normal. They're like magical flames.
What color?
They've got their main reddish to them, but there is a flicker of purple and black every now and then.
Again, with the sensing of magic, am I able to determine? Yeah, magical awareness. Is this some kind of bizarre magic that I've just conjured, or is it just the fire around here is purple?
It's from you. It's from your like abilities. So you can tell it's arcane fire or magical fire from your like techniques. And it's a very familiar warmth for you. Like it brings back a lot of your like memories of your master and all your training. But I said that flicker of purple and black every now and then kind of startles you every now and then because you're not used to that.
So does the fire just stay that same color?
Yeah, it just stays the reddy orangey. It's just every now and then like the flickers at the top just change to purple and black.
So I know that everyone's sleeping. But I just conjured fire. Okay, don't freak out, Ishida. Freak out. This is all Totally normal. We've done this before, we think. I've got to watch. I gotta go watch. I need to definitely go watch. Just watching. Just reminding yourself as I'm
So
watching.
make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh.
Of course.
Give me a sec. Give me a perception.
Mhm.
Oh,
There goes a nat 20.
Oh.
So you feel yourself just like every time you go to look out the door and just keep a watch, you find your focus keep going back to the fire. And back to the fire
This
again.
reminds me of me, to be honest.
Yeah, you just keep
me
going back
with
to the fire,
ADHD.
and then, like, before you know it, I'll say Zenzi and Zaris, because you guys didn't get woken up for a watch, you guys wake up in the morning to find Ishida sort of sitting in the doorway, just, like, looking towards the fire, but asleep.
Cyrus is gonna get up, stretch, see Ishida asleep. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave him there. I'm gonna walk past him to go outside and get some fresh air.
Yep, fair enough. As
And
you
he's
walk
gonna
out.
like
Yep.
get a blanket and cover him up.
Oh.
Fair enough. That's easy enough to do. So yeah, as you guys like walk outside or look outside the door, it's like a nice clear day. Like that storm's passed. It's sort of like you can tell that like half things are buried in snow here and there, but it's a rather clear day. Alrighty. And as the rest of you all start slowly coming to wake, I will say Ishida wakes up last, and yeah, he's all sort of start your new day, enjoy all your long rests.
I cover myself up to hide my features a little bit more again,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna let everyone know that I'm going to go visit the buyer. So, obviously, today's probably going to be the day we leave. It's best that we talk to the buyer, and I will. It depends if you want to come. I don't know, but I will be leaving quite soon.
I think that's wise that we go get some warmer clothing,
Yes.
because even though we come from the cold, even this is cold.
Absolutely makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, I also need to get some new clothes. Mine look like they've been wrestled with a shark.
I was gonna say, is Zato actually wearing anything? Or has he just been
He's
chilling?
wearing his common
Rags,
clothes that
yeah.
was before, but it is like ripped everywhere. Did you just hit yourself? That's
No,
it.
don't
Band-Aid, go see Zaris!
I just stabbed myself with a pin.
Shows that
yeah,
what?
so he's wearing his normal clothes, but it's just like shredded, realistically, from the fight.
Alrighty.
Such a bad joke for that, but I'm not going to say it.
So as you guys all start getting all your gear packed up and all the supplies and stuff, like I'll drag all of them into the party stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys have a heap of rations. So at least like 10 rations each for the next whatever.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll need to put everyone's names there at some point. We'll sort that out later. As you guys are heading out, like you find like Morgo is sort of like working her way through the snow towards you all, and goes, "Oh, if you would like, there, you can take that hut with you or the tent, because like looking inside, it's just a makeshift. It's just a big, like round tent basically with a few poles."
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Morga. Let's. Who wants to dismantle it? Should we dismantle it after we've seen the
the
We'll
buyer.
see. We'll see the buyer first. I have things to pick up from him.
If we dismantle it now, didn't you want to go as soon as we left the buyer?
Yes, but it depends. I mean, we can stay behind a little bit and then go see the buyer and then go straight after. It doesn't seem that difficult to dismantle.
We'll just dismantle it down. That saves us backtracking. We can that way when we're done,
Yeah.
we can just go on.
Of course, yes, absolutely. No, that's a great idea.
Also, I looked at like the what was his name, Borgo,
Yep.
and I'd be like, oh, good morning, I guess. Who's this guy?
This is Morga. She's somewhat of a second in command here in this place.
Oh, righteous.
I don't believe Morga. I don't think you follow any gods anyway. But I don't think she's righteous, are you?
Fuck you. We'll start dismantling the tent.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. As you guys are like packing it up and moving stuff outside the tent, like your furs and stuff, you get to the bottom layer of it all. And you find like a sled that sort of you can tell that's where most of the stuff will get backed onto, which sort of gives you like means of carrying all this stuff. Considering 50 packs of rations aren't exactly a small number.
50
and-
wheels of cheese.
Yeah. So then this like, and plus with a tent, once it's on there, it's sort of like it's going to take up a lot of space. But as you guys are you take down all the outside poles, you go look for the inside pole. But there's no pole going from the center up. But you do see like there's a metallic rod-looking thing at the top of the tent that's holding the top of the tent up.
How tall was the tent?
Well, I'd say about 10 feet, 15 feet sort of thing. Like tall enough you guys can move around in there, but not really, like, not
Like
too
your head.
high. Yeah.
Here's me thinking it was like the Weasleys' tent.
That's what I was envisioning too.
It's like it seems that way. Looking from the outside, it doesn't seem big, but when you get in, it is a little bit more spacious than it looks. But it's not quite magical Weasley's tent.
Ask me when I'm a higher level and we can try and do
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, that's you and your fucking towers.
Zenzi, Zenzi, can I climb on your shoulders?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And I'm gonna like gently acrobat my way up to her shoulders to grab the pole.
Yep. So you grab the rod, but it doesn't seem to move at all. Did you want to try and just make a intelligence check for me? Yep. So with that, you're running your hands over it everywhere, and so you find this it's like a button. As you press it, like the whole weight of the tent comes down on you and Zenzi. But you are holding onto the rod.
Oh,
And for
Do
those
I
of you who are
understand what this is
outside,
for?
I probably wouldn't have much experience with it, so I don't think you'd realize what it is. But,
Okay.
But yeah, those of you who are outside, all of a sudden just saw the whole tent just coming down straight on top of the two of them.
Sensei Zaris, you okay?
yeah.
You need help.
I mean, sure.
Gets to it. Starts doing the classic folding it. And one side out the other. Starts rolling it up. Gets the tent pegs, gets the poles, more rolling it.
So we'll say it takes you guys, like half an hour or so to get everything packed and then load onto the sled and everything else like that and tied onto it.
Folding a tent is like folding a drawer sheet.
Yeah, not fun. Especially this is still like somewhat damp from the snow, so it's not light.
Ah, no!
It's gonna be
it's
heavier
not.
too.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be moldy. It's gonna smell.
I'm gonna
God.
I'll press the digitation to clean it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Before I'll wait till the end once it's all in the bag.
Yeah, when it's all within a 5-foot area. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just Ishida sees a couple of scorch marks on the side. He's like, "Ew."
Is there any fires in the morning, like as we're leaving the place?
Yeah, but as you like your party sort of all start moving the sled, I'd say it takes a couple of you at the moment to sort of move this sled around until it starts get going. But as you guys get to Buyer's Tent, as you're looking around, as your party moves, everything within a 30 feet, like any fire within 30 feet of you guys, is going out.
Oh. Well,
Bizarre.
It's
Good.
cold.
I think we should probably hurry towards the buyer.
Do you know something that we don't?
I think we should head towards the buyer. Perhaps that's something that you should know. Yes.
Something about the fires. Do you know anything about the fires?
I have nothing.
I think you know
I have-
something about the fires.
Oh, maybe. Or maybe you should head towards the buyer, and then I could probably explain something in due time. Or would you? And I pull out my pepper box. Or would you prefer a fight now?
Oh, don't
What's
you
what's pulling the
challenge
sleigh?
me.
With you guys at the moment, you're pushing it.
Can we please go to the buyer? And Jean,
Linda seems a little testy. I mean, Jean.
Jean
Jean's a girl's name, by the way.
You
is
did say
worried
you
about
did say
people
Vinder's
waking.
proper name, didn't you, Zendi? Accidentally.
Yeah, I did.
That's right. No worries. Like looking around, you guys do see like one or two eyes turn.
I should have gifted gab. That would be
Fantastic.
perfect.
And Jean,
Yes.
pulling out such a unique weapon is obviously not going to get you spotted.
Yes, but also saying my name and all these things, and I hide it beneath the first sort of just ready in. I do
Well,
not.
look, you've been known by one name for how long, and now suddenly you're making me change it. It's going to happen. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, of course. No, I completely understand because no one wants your head, but that doesn't matter. Let's just head. Let's just go to the buyer. It's all good. Everything's good.
All right,
You'd
run
be
to the way to the
surprised.
buyer.
Yeah, and I'm gonna slightly pick up the pace if I can, even though that I've gone down 5 feet.
Ishida's gonna ghost you so bad. So you're gonna feel like your shadow is creeping behind you.
Oh, good. I need it.
So, yeah, so you guys get to the buyer's tent, and sort of just outside, like because it's connected onto like the ruins and the town hall-y sort of tent. Out in front of it, you see this like notice board as such, which has like a few little parchments on it, but one of them that you all recognise is Vindar's poster.
Zara's
Hey,
just going to
look.
walk by and tear it off.
It didn't look anyway.
Yep. So you guys all heading into the buyer's tent.
Have you ever thought
Mhm.
about shaving your mustache, Jean? Maybe it might make you a little less noticeable.
I think hiding my features is well enough at the moment.
Fair enough.
Let's head in.
Alrighty. So as you guys all walk in, like the very pungent smell of incense, like immediately hits all of you in the face, pretty much like you've just been punched by it. The walls are all painted with like glowing arcane runes. A brass brazier burns brightly. Well, usually would burn brightly in the center of the floor, but currently it's been put out. What's it? Yeah, around which there's a few chairs around it. There's a bed off to the side, and a very familiar looking large stone chest that some of you would recognize from like back from Palebank, where the mayor showed you the chest that sends items to and from. So one of the chairs there sits an elf reading a book. A small dragon with butterfly wings is curled in the elf's lap.
Is that the
pseudo dragon?
is that the bar? Would I?
Yep. So you would recognize it as a buyer. Yep.
Uh, hello. It's been a while.
Indeed, it has. I did hear you're back in town.
Yes, fantastic, great. Is there anything that you can do to prevent that? Maybe say that I've gone far, far away on the ferry.
Well, so far, it's only there's very three of us working for your advantage.
That is true. That's true. I do appreciate it. Where are my manners? With me is Zenzi, Lars, Ishida, and Zado. These are my latest companions.
Welcome all. Ishida, was it? You have a parcel over there, and she points on one of the counters. There's a wrapped up parcel.
Runs over.
Yep. So as you open it, you find all the about 20 kunai.
He says, do you have some kind of belt that I can purchase to put all these in? I wish to have
She
quick
sort of points to
access.
one of the walls, and it's just leather scraps, and some are in the shapes of belts, sort of thing. But none of them really have loops for that number of kunai.
Oh, that's okay.
Like none of them have 20.
Gotta make myself
loops.
a bandolier.
Yep. But yeah, there's plenty of leather scraps there, or as you guys kill things later on, you can try and make one easy enough.
Yeah.
So that's it. So what can I do for you all?
Made his day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We are returning to the vault.
Ah, indeed. Hopefully you bring me back some more fine wares. And she points the half a dozen that you recognise was Orvo's share, but she's got sitting on one of her benches.
Yes, and hopefully we will. Is there anything that you can do to help us with this expedition? Seeming last time that we did run into a little bit of trouble.
You have to tell me more. I was never really told what you came across. Orvo didn't go inside.
Oh, can I roll a history check because I'm not
Sure.
really. Yeah, again, I don't know. A 4, great. That's fantastic. So yeah, what do I know?
Not much. It's all a haze that you've tried to put it behind you after seeing your two party members killed in front of you. That's all. Anytime you think of inside the vault, you just remember seeing that happen.
Well, it was quite. You do remember that 2 of us did not return. But mostly, I just need anything in regards to healing. Potentially, do you have any sled dogs? I know Blue's here, but it'd be very, very helpful if we could have our own sled animals.
We don't have many dogs here, so such. We have quite a few of our goats that we bring over from Ufadone. They're not as fast, but they're just as hardy.
If you're able to spare them, yes, absolutely. I think that would be.
Oh, darling, sparing is not one. We can sell them to you, or you can rent them from us. But
Of course, I think a rent would be more.
indeed, how many days do you intend to go for?
Do I remember how long
So
it
you
took
would remember it.
with Orvo?
It is roughly about 10 days, give or take, depending on how well you travel.
Okay.
Question: are these riding goats or are they pack goat?
Yeah, they can be used for ride. They're all they're just they're pack sort of ones that they have there, but they do get used to pull.
Sensi?
Maybe not
Oh.
quite yourself,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's fair.
they can they'll be able to drag all your stuff, and the smaller folk might be able to but you might be able to get a couple more of them and get yourself a sled as well. They'd be able to drag you along on a sled. I don't know if they'll be able to carry you yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But yeah, there are options to look at. But yeah, so you know it's about 10 days, give or take, like
we-
each way.
Oh yeah, we would plan for the full duration of the 20 days, if not potentially more.
So to rent it for that long, you're looking at roughly 5 gold a day per per goat.
Per goat. Oh, okay.
What's the total? Sorry.
Ends up 100 gold for pretty much one goat to rent it.
Is it cheaper
And
to
how much
buy?
to purchase the goats?
Yes, we can probably do one for 75 gold. You can buy one, and we might even buy it back off you after, depending on if it's alive.
I think just buy it. Yeah.
Because like the renting is more for like you're doing like a couple of day trip out and back. Like, they're not planning on you taking them for 2/3 of a month. If that makes sense.
I'm just double checking how much gold I got. It's already.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's
Do
already
you sell clothes as well? Yeah.
Yes, and she points over to one of the other like racks of things, and even this tent, like it looks small from the outside, but inside it's pretty well organized, but it is like packed full of stuff. Like you got random furs, you got hides, you got warm clothes, your basic leather armors, your hide armors, like it's like the general store of a town.
Just occurred to me, you had the biggest opportunity to do a Frozen reference, and you missed it completely.
Probably.
Ooh, big summer blowouts.
Oh god. All right. So after the pain, although I've got 200 gold pieces left.
I'll put a platinum on the table. I will buy the goat and some clothes for us to keep us warm. Is this a good deal for you?
Platinum, my dear, is only 10 gold.
A platinum?
It's 100, isn't it?
Nope.
It's 100.
No,
Sure.
it's 10.
D&D Beyond, they are 10.
Oh. I
Yeah.
will pay for one.
It's 10 by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, then I kill her for insulting me.
Sorry, how much were the goats
It's 75 gold to buy one.
to buy one? And how many do we need to pull the
Uh,
sled?
You can pretty much get away with one for the sled, and it depends if you guys just want like ones to. You can buy sleds for yourselves. You can buy them to ride yourselves, like that sort of stuff. Which will make the journey like quicker as well, easier. Like it's spend what you want to spend.
Zaris is going to buy. Zaris is just going to hold a handful of coin out, and it's just like, is this enough? And is going to hold out like 200 gold pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Like that is, you can easily get like, 2 goats for that. Plus, this. Like she says, there's plenty of furs, there's hides, it's up to you. So, and she also goes, there's also we have some stuff here, and she sort of like walks over to one of her shelves behind the like counter she's got there. And you see this glass cabinet, and inside you've got there's like a few different sets of things. There's like a black fabric that's sort of all folded up into a triangle. There's a set of braces there. There's like a little wooden mouse figurine. There's a like a roll of parchment, but she says it's just some sort of complex mechanical diagram on it. She hasn't been able to really break it. And then there's there's a set of goggles there, a multicolored stone disc. There's a couple of like vials that look like potions. There's some smallish ones, and there's one that's slightly bigger. There's a little tiny chest. There's a wooden key that's sort of like hanging from one of the shelves, and a brass orb. All in this one big shelf.
That's a lot of items that you have.
How much
here.
for the chest?
Oh, the chest. Probably about 10 gold.
And the key? Does that go with the chest?
You can probably use it on a chest, but it doesn't go with it. But it's that key. It does seem to change every day at dawn. It just changes to a different, like the configuration on the end of it changes.
How much for the key?
Oh dear, it's a very unique item. You're looking at 200 gold pieces for that.
Sold.
Fair enough.
I'm interested in the diagram that you got there, and I don't know what it is, but could you explain it to me?
The diagram, it's she sort of like takes it out and rolls it in front of you, and it's like very hard for you to make out, but like it's some sort of mechanical contraption. It'd take you a while to sort of study it and look at what it does, but yeah.
How much is that?
It's 15 gold. It's almost useless to me.
I'll take that. Do you have any healing potions?
Indeed, I do have. And she points to the like 4 like potion-looking things.
Okay.
Well, 4 of a small one. She said these are just 4 minor potions of healing, and this next one here it's a potion of greater healing.
I'll take the potion of greater healing, a goat, and the diagram.
So you're looking at 340 gold.
Okay, I just absolutely misinterpreted that.
I looked at mine, so I'm just like,
how much is the lesser healing potions?
They're just 75 gold each.
Okay.
They're rare over here.
I can definitely tell. I'll take the goat, a healing potion, and the diagram. That should easily give me 175 gold. Right.
Yes, it'll be about 165, but yes.
Oh, easy. I will do that. Thank you very much.
Could you do a cheaper price on the key?
Make a persuasion check.
If you do, I will also buy a few things.
Persuasion. My good stat.
Yes, it shows. Unfortunately not. I get people coming in and buying my stuff all the time. If you don't want it, I'm sure someone else will.
I can give me a sec. I've got this. I got this. I can give you 165 gold, 1 platinum.
175 gold.
I know it's 175 gold. I know it's 25 down from the marking price, but I feel like I've met you before.
Let's see if she remembers.
Do I remember?
Let's see what her role was first. Oh. It's like I do remember someone a lot shorter, 10 years or so ago, coming through with that bright orange hair.
Oh!
So it doesn't mean I know you.
Wait! What was I doing here?
You were travelling back to Palebank.
10 years ago, I went back to Palebank.
Yes.
Did I see anything at all? I need some kind of detail.
You were walking around saying you don't remember what you've been doing for the last year.
Oh my god. It's like a loop!
Even your backstory he doesn't remember.
Zaris is going to move over to Ishida and hold out 25 gold pieces for him to make the 200. And while he's doing that, he's going to steal one of the kunai.
Go for it, make a sleight of hand.
Just one.
What?
Yeah, just one.
Did you notice this?
That's why I'm seeing what her sleight of hand is.
Ridiculous. Oh.
True.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
I'm
Initially.
going to.
Oh no, you don't take this. So you take this gold going, oh sweet, and so turn around looking around as she sort of slips one of her kunai away from you at the same time. So you're down to 19.
Cyrus, what are you doing?
You don't
With
know.
my shit?
You don't know.
Help.
You don't know. You don't know shit.
So, oh,
Uh,
oh, this key is so lackluster. I hope to find it something that it opens. Is it a limited use thing, or is it just a you
So
can use it whenever?
I put it into your inventory. On
Okay.
D&D.
See, we should have asked that before you bought it.
No,
Oh,
what's the fun in that?
Ishida does not think.
So it's
You
on
just do
fantasy
this.
grounds in your inventory there. So it's a
Okay.
plain wooden key whose teeth change configuration every day at dawn. If you choose to use this in a lock, roll a d20. On a 19 or 20, the door unlocks. On a 1, the key breaks and loses its magical effect.
What the fuck?
No, not one.
No! It's so not a good thing.
You didn't ask, you just bought it.
Ishida does not ask. Ishida's gonna learn to ask from now on.
Zaris is going to turn to the buyer and take
Yep.
out the saber-toothed tiger hide and teeth.
Yep.
And hold them out as like, is this any good as a trade?
Let's have a look what they're valued as on here. Of course, they don't have a value, do they? So she says that she can probably give maybe 1 gold per tooth, and probably offer you probably 25 gold for the hide. Or you can try and persuade her to get more.
If I may, buyer,
Yes.
we are going back to the ruins, to the vault.
Indeed.
I'm merely saying this as you are somewhat of a collector. Perhaps you should help lower some of the future prices with us, especially on our next buy. And in return, whatever we find that we can spare up there, I'm sure that we can give to you.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Zaris is going to try and bargain. It's like, I'll give you these for those braces.
And she sort of looks and goes, no, I can't part with those that easy. They're braces of defense. Couldn't part with them for any less than 6,000. She's a buyer,
else?
a buyer and seller.
What else was there on the shelf?
See, that's a wooden mouse figurine, like a black piece of parchment that's all folded up into a square. Some goggles, a multicolored stone disc. There's health potions, a greater health potion, and a tiny chest and a brass orb that are left there.
The black parchment takes Zaris's eyes. Like, what is that?
Yep. So she pulls that out and lays it down on the desk, and puts her hand inside. And from those of you who've seen Critical Role, it's a portable hole.
Oh my god. Oh.
And I guess that's going to be a pricey buy as well.
Oh yeah.
That is so good. Oh my god.
They're good items, but yeah.
God, what's next? Dark Edge?
No.
We'll see.
No.
What's this, a Holy Avenger?
Oh my.
I wish to inquire about some clothes and that orb.
Yeah, so she brings down the brass orb and puts it in front of you, and it's quite ornate, like it's an Aeorian relic. But it's just a brass orb which is etched with all these strange runes that she can't she hasn't been able to decipher.
How much does it weigh?
Probably about 5 pounds or so. Like, it's solid.
Cool. What would be the? Am I holding it as I'm looking at it, or she's put it on the table in front of us?
Like, if you picked it up to see how much it weighs, so you're holding it at the moment.
And I'll ask her how much it is as I'm like sort of like.
That one I
Guessing
can
the
probably
weight.
let go for. You two are going to make a persuasion check as well. Vinder and Zaris. You guys were asking about doing that before.
Yeah, alright.
Before I start saying any more prices.
Don't worry. Persuasion, huh?
Obviously does not want me to have nice things.
I almost rolled a performance. That is a 14, my friend.
Yep. So she says, I bought it off someone for 50 gold, so I can probably let go for. I'll let you take it for the 50 gold if you wish.
And what was there was a disc or something?
Yep.
A
So it's
portable
a
pole.
multicolored stone disc.
How much was the portable hole?
It would be 4,500.
Oh, right. Just flaunt these items in front of us.
Yep.
Yeah, you.
So you guys know where to come when you want stuff.
Yeah.
How much is
You
that
would-
reward? How much does that reward pay?
200 gold.
No,
But who knows what you
It
can
says
find.
large reward, so
Yeah, for Vinder, yeah.
It's like, how much for Jean?
Yeah.
just to mess with Vinder, Zaris is gonna stand like a little bit away from him and take out the wanted poster and just kind of like look at it a little bit so he can actually see it as if I was contemplating giving him up.
Right.
Well, as saying that, as you go to, oh no, because you got the one off the board just then, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you go looking for the one that you did have, it's not there. Like the one from
it was burnt.
earlier. Yeah, I know, but you all
Oh
capable
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So
Actually, yeah, Zaris probably would look for both of them and
yeah,
try and find both of them.
yeah. But you
He's
can't
patting
find the
himself
one.
down.
You can't find the one from the night before.
Yeah, Vinder's definitely concerned, and he slowly hides his pistol in his furs.
Yeah. So also keep in mind, guys, you are going into an Aeorian like site where there are relics.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to buy these things now, but who
We
knows what
might
you will
find some.
find.
Yeah. Zaris slowly looks over to Vinder.
I think your eyes are locking at this stage. Oh.
Yeah. What does the disc do? Sorry, the multicolored disc.
She says she's unaware. It's just it's almost like if you pick it up, like it's a stone, like solid, inch thick stone disc. It's just like the top just ripples with different colors.
Trey.
What?
That's Trey.
Oh, sure.
Straight. You cut out at the start, so I thought you said Bray. Which
That's
is
what I thought
why-
you said. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
Sorry, it's
And then I realized-
Trey.
Yeah, it was the perfect cutout time. We were like, oh shit, he's in trouble.
what? I was like, what have I done? Stone.
Bray.
What haven't you
I was
done?
just like,
babe?
oh
What
no.
haven't you done? No, I can't complain. He let me have a nap earlier.
Mm.
Mind you, that
You
was so that
happy?
we could play D&D.
You happy with your wooden key there, Ishida?
A hedge.
That's why you gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
While they're debating the disc and the sphere,
Yep.
I'm gonna ask the buyer about sleds.
Yes.
How many goats have we bought so far? Just the one?
I've got one as well.
I got one. Zaris, were you committing to buying those ones before, or were you sort of getting a price?
I was getting a price, but more committed on, more leaning towards being committed to, buying them because we
Yep.
do need them.
Yep. Yeah. So we have one so far for so your loot's all taken care of, like all your carrying stuff. So for a sled for yourself, you'll probably be looking at, you need probably 2 of them for your sled, like to carry yourself and all your stuff. Whereas the others can probably get away with either 1 goat and a sled or just 1 goat to carry most of them. Joys of playing a larger race.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just going to get a goat.
Mhm.
With the thought of if Vinder or Zardo become more unwell,
Yeah,
we're
yep.
going to need a way of transporting them because we can't carry them.
Yep.
So we've got 2 goats, 1 for the sled and 1 for
1 backup. Yep.
just backup.
Mhm.
Do you want me to remove the gold, or are you going to do it?
You do it for now.
I'm trying to math and I can't math.
Either that, or just do it on
Platinum.
do it on D&D
I just
Beyond if
gotta
you need to.
remove everything.
Yeah, yours D&D Beyond. Fantasy Grounds does not like your characters, Ryan. Just saying.
Nope.
Every time I import it,
Nope.
you lose all your gold.
It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to import this character? He's probably gonna die. Oh god, I have so much silver and nothing else.
That equals a little bit.
Next time on the Golden Vault.
So Zaris is gonna reach into his pouch a little more and pull out more gold,
Yeah.
and is gonna hold it out as like, is this enough for 3? And it's up 270 gold.
Yes, that's you only for 3 of them. All you need is 225.
He doesn't know that.
Yep. So she.
he's still learning currency.
Yep. So I say yeah, just she helps you count it all out, sort of thing, and she's not in the interest of like skimming over any coins because she makes enough out of selling the items she does sell.
Yeah.
She charges an
he's
arm and leg for it all.
yeah, no, and he's watching her. He's learning.
Yep.
He's like, this is that, and that is that, and that is it.
I have more gold on D&D Beyond than I do on Fantasy
That's
Grounds.
probably is your
Why are
as
you
a-
complaining?
most like.
I'm not. I'm just.
I have been trying
look
to
at
put
all
people's
this
goals on
gold.
there, so just go with whatever's on D&D Beyond because that's usually what I've been transferring everything over to.
Okay, that's cool.
So
I'm just making sure. I'm like, oh, I could have done more, but that's fine.
drop that down
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna quickly check D&D Beyond.
yep,
So I'm
yeah,
on
just do
Fantasy
that.
Grounds.
And actually, I'm going
So
to.
you
All I
got
got out of
the
EIselcross was this stupid key.
yeah. It's even if you look
Turns out
faintly
the key
enough
will
at
be
it,
absolutely
engraved in it
useful.
is it does have. I went to EIselcross and I got was this key.
Yeah. All I got was a stupid T-shirt and a key.
Saying that when you eventually get to one door you can't get into with lockpicking, it could come in handy.
Oh boy,
long as
you
it doesn't
know
have
it's gonna be a
The-
one.
the one door. So it's kind of be funny though in a way.
Just use
I'll
it,
walk
use the
over.
chaos point.
Yep.
Break the key.
I'll walk over to the buyer with the discus and the orb.
Yep.
There was a part of me because the wrist pocket spell is only somatic. I don't need to do any verbal or material play. It's just somatic.
Mhm.
So it would have been so easily to steal both of those just then.
You could try.
But
Oh my
seeing
God.
seeing them
my
seeing
God,
them
I'm not
sort
taking
of
something
like
back.
count out for Zara and stuff like that, I'll walk over and I'll be like, since I don't wish to rip you off and you seem quite true to your word, let me give you some help since you believe these are not that crazy. And I will cast Identify and identify both the orb and the disc.
Yep. So casting Identify on them, it's like you can tell there's something there, but even your arcane knowledge, like you can't tell what it is.
And then I throw them on the ground and break them. No.
Try. They bounce.
Bounce.
Fuck you, go! On foot! Chocolate!
Activate. Oh no.
Okay, do you want to come take your little one outside?
She crying again?
No, she's getting up and really fidgety.
Um,
Oh, how many times does that friggin' dog need to pee?
A lot.
It's just a lot.
Oh, and then after tomorrow, we're gonna have another one probably. Please.
Oh my god.
Fucking why?
Not for us. This is for Kate's parents.
My parents.
Fucking
Oh,
why?
yeah.
Her parents
yeah.
want one, so we'll probably be looking after it till the end of the week.
so how much is the orb and the discus and clothes?
I'd say so. The orb was down to 50. The disc should probably do for 20, for 70. So, and then clothes you're looking at 5, so probably 75
75 total.
for those 3 things. Yeah, like the clothes, orb, and the disc. Yeah.
Oh,
Give me 1 second to retake this to work out the maths because I think I have it. I just need to double check how I have to reduce it.
Cyrus
if you
is going to
look
hold
on-
up the.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was about to say, if you looks on D&D Beyond at your character sheet, it should automatically work out how much gold you have there.
Yeah, but I can't just go 82 minus 75 because I've got copper, silver, and
Yeah.
gold and platinum. So that's why I need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah, cool. Yep.
think.
Where's your modified memory, Ed? Where's the
Well,
modified
why,
memory?
why would I need
Ed?
to modify memory? I'm not going to forget how to do it. Why would I use the spell in this case?
To talk her out of these ludicrous prices.
I'm fine with the prices.
Yeah,
I
you're the one who got
that's
stung.
4.5 grand.
Can I ask how long it would take for the saber-toothed tiger skin to be made into like warm clothing?
Can if you don't want
I
to.
always want to.
She does say, hang on, if we click on the saber-tooth hide, it can be crafted into leather armor for 10 gold in 2 days, or studded leather armor for 45 gold in 3 days.
Mm.
And the same as your saber-tooth teeth.
It's a good game.
Ranged attacks that use ammunition made from these teeth deal an additional 1d4 damage.
Mm.
So they can be used to craft into stuff and whatever else. So
Yeah. I was just wondering if we had time to make them into something now to keep us warm, or if we're just gonna have to wrap ourselves in it. But it doesn't sound like we have time, so
probably not. You might be able to find like a clover, or she might even the buyer might trade you it for like clothes sort of thing.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
she'll get it done later on, sort of thing. She goes, well, if that's what you want to make out of it, she'll, take whatever it is to make it into that, and you get the item now if she's got it in stock. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask about that then.
Yep. So what are you looking for the armor, or are you looking for like just warm clothes?
What's the armor like?
So studded leather is, I think, what the best light armor you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's instead of 11, I think it's 12 or 13. Let's have a look. Where's this hide again? Jeez, wait, check it. Item level. Yep, so it's AC of 12 plus your dexterity.
Okay.
So it goes up by 1 basically, and that will only cost you 35 gold with the 45 gold with the hide.
Okay.
And Peg, seriously, we need dog.
And how much for warm clothing?
She said she can pretty much get maybe 2 sets of warm clothing out of it for nothing, because it's worth to make armor out of it, if that makes sense. Because she'd be able to sell that the studded leather for 50 odd gold. So
Right.
60 odd
You know
gold.
you want one, Ryan. You know you want one.
Yeah. The dog.
So it's up to you.
Has Senzi got any warm clothing?
I think I got some from the hut thing that we were in.
Yeah.
Because there was a crate of
So everyone has some warm
belts and
clothing.
furs and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of Zendi's
You
clothes
find
are
a
going to be very like
saber-tooth
scrapped together.
pants.
All right. Has Sado got warm clothing?
I'm gonna pay for the 75 for the discus, the bronze, and the clothing.
Okay. Then I'm going to get the hide armor.
Started.
Yes, please.
Yep. Too easy.
And then going to sorry, the armor and the hide that I have are a swap, or
So you have to give her the 45 gold she'd have to use to get the armor made.
Mhm.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm just reading through it. Yep. Yeah, so you'd have to give her the armor, like the money to make the armor, because she'll still pay a blacksmith or clover to make it. But you'd get the item, like you get the stud leather she has on her shelf at the moment, and she'll just get that turned into it later. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you're pretty much
Okay.
paying for, the making of a new one, but you're getting it straight away.
Right. So there's right. Okay. Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I get a set of clothing as well?
Yeah, you can probably make
the clothing?
It's usually only 5 gold. I think I charged you, Ed, and that was for everything, like warm clothes, everything. So.
Okay, I'll do that as well. So yeah, I'll give.
Yep. So another 50. Yep. You could also sell, like, if you guys have stuff that you don't need anymore, like your leather armor you don't have anymore, or you're not going to wear anymore, or I think Ryan, I think you had like a weapon or something you weren't going to use again. In your thing, you had like greatsword. You can sell that sort of stuff to her as well, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna.
It's basically a whole general store. Instead of throwing like 5 different stores at you guys in one town, it's just one store.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna sell my leather armor at her, so I can kind of subsidize it.
Yep. So it'd be 10 gold back to you.
Okay.
I'll sell my greatsword.
Yep. Just whatever they're valued. What's it got on there?
50 gold pieces.
50. There you go. That's part of your money back.
Yay! Yay! God. What else can I sell?
Yeah, so I bought the orb, the discus, and just general clothes, and I imagine just because it's theater of the mind, it can be like clothes that look really cool, and I like them.
Yep. I said I have lots of sorts of clothing here, so whatever you sort of go for. Let's close this.
Can you give Ed back his
You want to run? Okay.
half of his shit, please?
Yeah, I'll do that now. I just saw that he still had a heap of stuff.
Does this general store sell any medium armor?
What would it be? Let's have a look.
Want some food? Hungry? Come on.
Alright, let's have a look. Medium armor. So they definitely have hide. Because that's what they sort of work with.
Yep.
And probably scale mail, but it's more like a thicker hide kind of thing. So instead of overlapping pieces of metal, it'd be like, overlapping pieces of like scales or something, or thick furs and stuff like that.
Alright, I'll buy some scale mail.
Cool. Alright, it is.
Which is 50, which is basically my.
Yeah, pretty much you just swapped your greatsword for it. Yep.
Great.
You still have so much money.
Even Mark's mocking me.
multicolored stone.
Stop
disc.
mocking me!
Alright, you got both your items there, Ed.
Because I'm going off D&D Beyond. What am I getting back?
I'll put the items. I've got to create them in D&D Beyond.
Oh yeah, the new
Yeah,
ones. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll make sure they're in there. But currently, they're in your fantasy grounds. And I need to. And I pretty much just imported your D&D Beyond character, so it's just the potions I have to put back across, isn't it?
I don't have them back just yet, but yeah, the only thing realistically
Right.
that should be on Fantasy Grounds is obviously the trident, the clothes. Technically not the orb, but I feel like I'm gonna probably hopefully get that back soon. And then yeah, the potions. I have still 4 red potions, 1 vial of Vinder's blood, potion of fire resistance, and dust of sneezing and choking is what I gotta get off. But that's technically what the character she had.
Yep. Take that off there. That over there. Cool. Yep, that's all sorted. So your fantasy grounds has all your items back.
Yep.
Zaris is
Did
sorted.
I?
Yep.
Did I end up getting that potion of healing? I'm just looking for my.
I
character
probably
stuff.
haven't put it in there yet. No.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And inventory. Potion of healing.
Well,
There you
thank
go.
Don't want to die.
No. Why would anyone want to do that?
I've been confused.
Okay.
So now you
Cold
raise that
stone
point.
disc is gone. Complex mechanical diagram's gone. The brass orb and the wooden changing key are gone.
Because you sold us so much, how about a freebie?
So, is anyone else looking to get stuff? You got your like sleds, your goats, your all that sort of stuff.
I think Vinny's just gonna ride his goat.
Zaris is pretty much going to ride one.
Yep. So you
Have
bought.
the other for the sled.
So you bought 3 of them, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yep. So that's what 4 so far for the party. 5 including one Zenzi bought. So if you end up pulling enough to get another couple of goats, you'll have enough for everyone. If you get a sled as well for Zenzi.
I've got 2 platinum and 6 gold left. That's all I've got.
I have 7 gold left.
I have 223 silver pieces.
Oh yeah, I got some silver too.
Yeah.
100
And-
silver.
And some platinum.
Damn, if you wanted us flat broke, you got it.
Well, I've given you a shit ton of money. Like level 3 is we're all rocking like 100 odd gold each. And some of you had 200-300 each.
I only had 81.
Yeah, others in your
Yes,
party
we-
had 200 and like 300 odd.
Yeah. I don't know how I came across that at all.
You kept, yeah. I'm not going to spoil, but yeah. That's all good. But yeah, that's
How much would a sled cost us by?
probably like 5 to 10 gold, depending on the size you need to get.
You just told me it was 75 for a sled, like not long ago.
No, that was for a goat. To drag the sled.
Well, I can get a sled, but we don't have enough goats.
I have 3.
Send in the
I've got,
goats.
yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, so I said you
It's
have
2
5.
goats for a sled.
Yeah, you have 5 goats currently. I said you might be able to get, if you get the large sled and you get 2 goats, like carrying it, you might be able to fit like Zenzi and say Vindar on the same one, kind of thing.
I was going to say, can people ride the goats while they pull the sled?
Yeah. Like potentially it's just going to slow it down a bit. Like it's got a lot of weight with everything. But you have one carrying all your gear, if you have 2 carrying a large sled with you guys on it, plus like you should be able to make it work. I'm sure.
Yeah, all
Pretty
right.
well.
I'll buy a sled then.
Cool. So it would be 10 gold for a large sled.
I've got 1 platinum. Which we decided is
Yep.
10 progress.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a sled.
But goats are better than people. There's good for me. Oh yes, I
So we
do.
have-
All except you.
So we have 5 goats.
Yep.
2 sleds.
Yep.
2 goats per sled.
Except for the one carrying all your stuff, you only need 1 like to do, unless you want to put people on it as well.
Okay.
So it's really up to you guys. So it'd be 2 to carry people, or 1 just to carry gear, if that makes sense.
We're carrying steroids.
Oh,
Either that, or you can
Um.
buy another small or another large sled, and then you've got your 1 small sled carrying all the gear, and your 2 large sleds would carry, like, the whole party pretty much.
Okay.
5 goats.
Um.
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah.
I'll just buy 2 sleds.
There you go. So you'd have 5 goats, 2 large sleds, 1 small sled. The small sled using all your gear, that like camping stuff, all your foods, all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
The other 2 are for you guys to sit on, which might make your travel quicker.
Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully, won't get.
I could hear George talking, but I had no idea
Yeah,
what he
it's
said.
very, very quiet.
Sorry, I was just saying. Hopefully, we don't get absolutely destroyed on this. But yeah,
Like, you remember that scene in Fallout 4 when they give you a power suit right before a Deathclaw? Like, this kind of feels like that.
yeah, that's
Hey guys, take all this stuff.
We're
Enjoy,
going
enjoy,
across
enjoy.
EIselcross. Of course, it's like that.
Like, it's very much. We are so fucked.
no, it's in fact much worse.
That does not give me confidence.
Alrighty, so
Okay.
I will say, like, all the goats have like saddlebags and all that sort of stuff as well. So you guys can store like all your stuff on them easily without you guys needing to have like backpacks on and stuff as well as like all that.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
cool.
So it's like it's a pretty like it's a good deal. It's just nothing's cheap.
Wait,
So-
bro-
So who is riding solo?
It's up to you guys. I think Vinder said he was
I
going
don't
to
mind.
ride his.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't mind. If not, you should. I think you were going to say that you were.
Yes.
You
Oh,
cut
huh?
out, George.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't ride. You can't ride yours. You can have the small sled to yourself.
I will have a sled. Sled is much more noble than riding creatures.
So there'll be 2 of you per large sled, regardless of human sizes, and then like 1 person riding 1 goat.
Yeah.
But if
I
Vinder really
made-
wanted to, he could squeeze on either of the 2 sleds.
Yeah. I made a mention out of game to you about a hunter's cloak.
Yep.
Would the buyer have one?
Yeah, looking around, you see pelts of all different sizes and colours. So you see one that would have come from like a white wolf that would work for what you wanted. That you might need to put some ribbons or something on it to add that blue
Yeah.
thing you wanted. But
Yeah. Just to displace it. How much would that be?
probably if you got it with like a bunch of furs and stuff, probably be the 5 gold to sort of. Okay.
I think I'll round that up then and get it.
Yeah, so just get it all in the one bundle. And the way you got sets of warm clothes. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay, and that is all
Yep.
I'm doing for
Cool.
that.
So everyone
So,
should
got-
be all geared up. You guys have a shit ton of rations. Figure you have 52 rations sitting in just
That's
your
not
party
what you,
sheet.
That's not nice to call a goat.
That too.
No, that's the emergency food supply.
That's the emergency.
In
ration.
case you need it.
They're all called Menchie.
No.
Were you keeping
Oh,
your
Jerry, the goat.
teeth, like the saber-tooth teeth, Zaris?
Sorry.
Were you keeping your saber-tooth teeth?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. That's right. Just wanted to check. 'Cause I'm just going
Yeah,
through everyone's
like-
group stuff. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna keep those because I can sharpen them into nice throwing, stabby things.
Too easy. But yeah, so you guys have plenty of stuff. Like you guys have got 50 rations. But yeah, so you guys all head outside, and you find like Orvos in there. He's just sort of, like you see him like getting all this stuff loaded on the back of his cart by a few of the locals around, like helping throw on his share of his rations and like some of his like warmer supplies and stuff like that. And he's pretty well ready to go. So with that,
Does his wheelchair count as a sled as well? So he's not have to be included in our sled.
yeah, he's not included. He's
Depends
got
what
his
you put
own.
on the bottom of it.
I said his sled's pretty much attached to the back of his wheelchair, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So and now, like in a day, looking at his wheelchair, it's very like customized for like snowy terrain. Like it's got tracks that sort of come down in front of the wheels, sort of so it can glide across the snow.
Go,
It's
go,
got,
gadget.
it's got these
snowmobile.
chains, like chain-looking things wrapped around the wheels, so it gets grip in the ice and snow. Like it's a very well decked out like, wheelchair.
He is now my favorite character.
So, and then yeah, it's all like connected up to like almost like a saddle, that you can tell just by looking like there's like clips on it that he can sort of click, and like blue can be released off like off his lead basically, but it's what pulls him along. So yeah,
Who's going and what?
Zaris is absolutely fascinated by it. It's like just standing there inspecting the whole thing.
Just absolutely losing his mind.
alrighty. So with that, we'll probably end the session there, and then we'll start next session with you guys like on the journey.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Yay!
Thanks for watching stream, and we'll be back next. Not next Sunday, are we? We're
No,
away.
we won't be.
So we'll be.
I will be
Next-
The
taking
group
over.
will be here for a one shot, which should be interesting.
Yeah, I will be taking over as DM.
Character.
Everyone, make sure to
Well, you
tune
don't
into
have to
Sammy.
play.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
What?
Well, Sammy, it'll
No
actually
players.
be 2 weeks.
2
It'll
weeks.
actually be 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh,
Oh, even if it's
Yes.
someone
Yeah.
else's second
Also,
week, 'cause,
it's
yeah,
I won't be on this Sunday because this Sunday's my birthday.
yeah, I was about to say, I think
Oh.
we weren't
happy
doing.
birthday!
Hey,
We either
happy birthday.
were.
No, we weren't doing it this Sunday.
Yeah, we were gonna have this Sunday off, and I think we were away the following Sunday anyway.
Yeah, and then the
Oh,
28th is when we're
shit.
doing the one shot. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Well, I
what I
think the
was
28th is one shot. So
under the impression, yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's right. We'll talk
I'm
about
off.
it for our
Yay.
chat. But
We're
either
not
way,
going to
guys,
be here
tune in.
to go to my mum.
uh,